everybody please help me welcome our second startup from Away Together, Melanie Brewer.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Melanie Brewer, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Away Together. A few years ago, my husband and I were on vacation. 7-day trip, first 5 days were absolutely gorgeous. The last 2 days looked like this. It was in that moment that he looked at me and he said, "This is really dumb. Why can't we communicate with the really cool people that we've met at the swim-up bar? And why can't the hotel send us a message? Hey guys, during this rainstorm, there's gonna be a pickup game of XYZ in the lobby." It's no surprise to anybody in this room that communication significantly impacts a consumer's experience. In fact, lack of communication is the #1 reason for a negative guest review. Yet hotels still struggle to communicate. Outdated whiteboards in the lobby, pieces of papers under the doors, you get the picture. Introducing Away Together, a personalized, secure mobile application that highlights everything a hotel has to offer. Dining options, pool hours. In essence, it's the hotel's own mobile application, all while allowing for guest-to-guest interactions. 80% of travelers are willing to download a mobile application to streamline their travel. However, 70% of hotels are small to medium sized, meaning they don't have $150,000 laying around to create their own mobile application. Away Together mitigates the trend of deletion by allowing for pre-trip planning and post-trip nostalgia-building activities like the streaming of local music and local recipes of the cuisine that they just left. Once a guest gets to their hotel, they simply scan a QR code to tie themselves to that accommodation. What if you don't want to communicate to the other guests? Simply toggle communication off. Good news, the hotel can still communicate with you. Beach barbecue moves to a different location, one notification directly to the traveler's phone. Now I can relax a little bit. This is me. So I have over 20 years in the marketing and public relations industry. John, my husband, and chief operational officer of the company, retired from law enforcement full-time to work on our company. Dr. Carrie Hall is our director of Caribbean development, and she's based out of Barbados. The competition, there are 2 mobile applications currently out there that allow for guest-to-guest interactions, but they both belong to the major cruise lines. It's about time hotels get on board. Away Together is not only sustainable, but we don't require personal contact information sharing. Ever meet that one person on vacation and then you're adding them to your social networks? 5 years later, you're scrolling through who the heck this person is. So with the opportunity of the application to encourage rebooking, as well as the commission capture for all of the supporting local businesses and activities, the revenue generation for Away Together is endless. We are currently in 4 countries in the Caribbean, and we're launching in Saudi Arabia in November. Away Together charges a monthly subscription rate, on average $250 per month. Gone are the days of these rack cards that are outdated, dusty, and non-sustainable in the lobbies. The best part, Away Together is free to the traveler. 72% of travelers are truly looking to experience a location. Away Together simplifies it and shows them all different opportunities directly to their phone. In essence, Away Together not only increases communication from guest to guest and hotel to guest, but it allows the traveler to truly experience.
Nailed it. Great job. Right on the dot. All right, judges, questions?
Oh, great presentation, by the way. And thank you for addressing the TAM and SAM and competitive landscape and all that. Just comment on your team, just like I asked the last team, in terms of what's been the experience in creating the product market fit for the.
So that vacation that was pictured up there happened in 2018. We spent 4 years doing customer discovery, beta testing, MVP, all of that. We also tried to teach ourselves how to code and found out that that was a really bad idea. So we hired over 80, or I'm sorry, we interviewed over 80 tech companies to create those beta tests. So our tech company is actually a third party, but their CEO is part of our advisory team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same question as last time. Where are you today? How many customers do you have? How many downloads do you have? Kind of where are you as far as your growth goes?
Appreciate that. We're in 81 hotels, and those are predominantly in the Caribbean. We're beta testing in 10 hotels in Saudi Arabia. The one thing I didn't mention is the ability for the mobile app to translate. So if we're all staying in a hotel in Mexico, concierge sends out a message about the beach barbecue being moved. I'm receiving it in English. You may be receiving it in French. So the translation component. So that's why we're beta testing in Saudi Arabia. And then we're also beta testing back here in the United States in recreational vehicle parks. So you forget a wine opener when you get to your campsite, you send out a message to see who can hook you up.
So question for you, great presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
And as far as privacy, I know you currently operate in the Caribbean and Saudi Arabia. When it comes to privacy, because now you're establishing communication, how is that being addressed in as far as making certain that the guest privacy is not being violated?
So we do not work with a CRM or any type of system like that, right? So when a guest gets to a hotel, they tie themselves to the hotel, they're creating their own personal profile. During that process, they're signing off on a disclaimer that we have the right to kick them off the platform, for lack of a better term, sorry, that if they post any inappropriate comments or anything like that, they can be removed. The one nice thing is everything's internal in our database. So at the end, and when a guest checks out, they're prompted to do a review of the hotel. That then goes straight to the hotelier. They can then push those reviews to whatever external platforms they want. So if there's an issue, they can address it prior to that guest doing crazy stuff on public, Google reviews and whatnot.
The question I have is, when you have guests that are staying with us, are you connecting or integrating with the PMS system? And how do you know that this guest is staying at this hotel? Is it like a QR code? And does the hotel also get the data of the guest?
Love that question. Data, right? It's all about the data. We do not integrate into any PMS system just because our launching point was a Caribbean, hot mess of different PMS systems per hotel, right? So we said this is craziness. Why add another task for a hotelier to do? The data is collected during the guest stay. So if they're looking for scuba diving or whatever, they can then take that data and recruit for more excursion companies where they can collect a commission capture after that. There was another component to your question that I feel like I'm forgetting.
How do we know that that guest is staying at that hotel?
Oh, yes, thank you. So they do scan a QR code, which is a unique hotel accommodation identifier specific to that location, and then they're also placed in a geofence. So if you're